slugs and spiders.
I saw it first and then everybody started screaming. There's a snail there.
It's a slug. It don't have a shell. All it can do is walk around your skin and make you feel slimy. Humongous.
It was big. It looked like a daddy long legs. You get to experience it, because some people don't.
They can come to a farm to actually see where it actually comes from.
Like, if you wanted to live on a farm, you can learn how to do it as well.
I will give you another one here. Over here.
Take the dead bit off of the stem and then you open it and then you see there's loads of seeds.
And then you pull them in, and then you can plant them. Look, there you go, that's what they look like. Hold on, I just need to collect some more. I want to grow these in my garden.
If the parks of London are the lungs of the city, the farms and gardens are its heart. Hidden in the back streets and back alleys of neglected estates, on railway sidings and in disused corners of the city, seemingly unnoticed by the hustle and bustle of the rat race, is a network of precious green space. There are 16 city farms in London and hundreds of community gardens and growing sites. Almost without exception, they are independent charities, started by volunteers and treasured by their local communities.
Right up to the gate, all the way over there, and see if there's any bears in that direction. Yeah? We have no garden, no access to outside area, and for us the farm is a lifeline. It's somewhere to run, somewhere to see green things, somewhere to see plants growing, somewhere to learn about food and nature and all that stuff. So that's really important for us to have that ability to just be outside and to be free to do what they want to do.
We survive mainly on the generosity of our volunteers. We get a small core grant from Southwark Council, which we're very grateful for. And that pays for a manager and a livestock manager. And the rest, all the other staff, we have to fundraise for.
Definitely made me a lot more confident. Definitely. I wasn't really confident when I started. I like helping all the animals. I think it feels good. And I get work experience and more experience. Hopefully I'll get a job.
I started coming here when I was about 14 on my work experience. I'm now 31 and I've been working here as a member of staff for 13 years, and I just don't know what it'd be like if the farm wasn't here. I just think the locals, they love to be able to just come out their door and bring their children here. We're free of charge. You don't have to pay. London Zoo, parents, a lot of parents out there can't afford to take their children to London Zoo. Here we're free and we're giving that education. It doesn't matter who you are, what your background are. We're here, we chat to everyone, we inform people on what's going on, and I just think, they're just fantastic places to be.
In the 70s, there were two city farms that started up about the same time, and there was Surrey Docks and Kentish Town City Farm. The community groups were like hermit crabs, really. They were going into a shell that was made to do something else and then adapted it. The community around Rotherhithe has changed massively since the 70s, and the farm is still there, and it's going from strength to strength. And that's because there's still a need for it, and there's still support from the local community.
I was writing it down the other day, what the farm actually does, and it's exhaustive, and exhausting. From yoga through to have-a-go gardening, through to making your own produce, cider making, always a popular thing. We do beekeeping, we have classes for adults with learning disabilities. We have school kids coming in here daily. We have foreign projects coming in to see the model of farming and how it works. We have people interested in how we do waste management. We, pretty much anything from society ends up at the farm, and it's amazing just being in London and being in the farm and watching different parts of society all end up here.
Because of their city location, these farms have to meet high standards of health and safety. If they don't, they risk being shut down. A recent inspection has forced Surrey Docks to close off part of the yard, as it's too uneven to be properly washed. They're currently fundraising to get it fixed and reopened.
Hopefully by the end of the summer we're going to know whether we've got enough money or not. Yeah, because it's the key to, we feel, our farm is education. You know, people need to be able to say hi to the animals, and it's one of the few places in London where you can do that.
Spring is late this year after a long cold winter. In Camden, a small team of gardeners are hard at work.
The REL Plus, this project, and what makes it what it is, it has all to do with the pride that members take in the appearance and how the garden looks, the fact that we win awards, the fact that the Prince of Wales visited one of our site. They have a real pride.
I wouldn't talk to nobody at all once upon a time. I wouldn't be doing this now. I would feel very, getting all paranoid, think people against me and everything else, you know? I get all paranoid and all this other.
Much better. Most people that come up here praises the gardeners and the job they're doing and the quality of the crops and how well they look. And it's only when they way out when they glance on the board to read what urban growth is about, they realize, wait a minute, this is being done by people who have mental health problems. What I like about that and why I think that's so important is because it breaks the stigma that attach to people with mental health.
It's helped me a lot with my depression because I'm out and getting up for a reason.
Once when I first met him, I didn't know him obviously, and it took a bit of time before I could trust him to be able to talk to him and talk about some of my problems and that. Because we do that once every week. We normally do that.
I don't particularly look at their file and look at the definitions of schizophrenia. You know, I treat them as normal human beings.
The team are looking forward to the Farms and Gardens Harvest Festival at the end of the year. They're already working on their giant pumpkin.
And here's all the squash pumpkin and the different varieties, because we want a different variety because of the colours. But this is going to be our winner.
On the farms that have livestock, the lambs and kids are also late.
This goat's just been born. 2 newborns.
Oh, John, so cute, Justin.
I know. And the gargoyle. Father, he's a bit of a rough one.
I love gargoyle, it's great.
It smells of goat's cheese.
There are baby animals on all the farms at this time of year, a favourite with school groups and other visiting children. Emma, from the Pupil Referral Unit at Hackney, shows off some of the new arrivals.
The Queen, you know. Come on. If you get kicked out of school, they will refer you either to Hackney City Farm, Regent's Canal College, or I don't know about the others, but I just chose here because I've been here a couple of times when I was younger. And I like being outdoors, so it makes sense.
Although we have a perimeter, we've got fields, we've got gardens, and the therapeutic effect of that in itself, there's no strip lighting as such. There's lots of open air. All the classes can be outside, not restricted to classrooms. A lot of diversification in the way we present lessons to different types of kids, and also the animals, just the mere presence, the reality of them being and living reflects on the kids' understanding of the world around them.
Here's the other 2 pigs. Peppa! Peppa! Oi! Are you stuck in the mud? Oh, no, you're not. I've calmed down a lot more. I don't get angry at stupidness. I'm learning a lot more about animals than what I did before. everything's just changed for me.
We're on the edge of Haggerston Park, a big 40-acre park. We're probably a 2-acre site, but we've got 50,000 people using our facilities and being part of our community. I cycle out around Hackney and I kind of go through some of the housing estates, or I go to the town hall and stuff. You know, I'm thinking, well, I mean, this place is so oppressive and it makes you feel like, you know, I've got to keep my breath in. And then I kind of go back into our farm and it's, you know, it's just like somewhere that's safe, somewhere that's, you know, comfortable, something that's got lots of nice things around us.
It's got a bit of everything. It's got everything for functional skills. It's full of animals. It's open to the public, as I say, which is all types of people. But you've got quite a few businesses operating within the premises. And all that put together makes children more aware that they're in the real world.
Yeah, I know. Coming in.
It's properly spring now, and in Oldham Community Garden, on a railway siding behind Arsenal Stadium, this means lots of work for their small army of volunteers.
We like digging. I think lots of planting.
Lots of picking out vegetables.
Yeah, sweeping leaves.
Yeah.
There's just I think it's a really nice way of following what happens in each season, and because it's of a scale that's not too overwhelming, there's always something that you get stuck in and do, which is great.
Oldham is a large plot that manages to employ 2 part-time gardeners.
Quite a lot of the stuff that we've sowed vegetable-wise is still in the greenhouse, which I'm going to put some out today, maybe a bit early for some things, but I think we're just going to risk it.
For the 5 or 6 core volunteers who do the bulk of the organisation, it's a constant struggle to raise the modest wages for the gardeners they need.
It's like waiting for the sword of Damocles to drop. We apply in June. We don't know until November whether or not we've got it. So how are we meant to plan for the following year?
Somehow the garden muddles through, this year with a little help from their wealthy neighbours.
One of my grandsons, bless him, he said, oh, the Arsenal give you money, Nana, what, to build this house? I said, yeah, and he said, oh, well, he said, then, so the footballers, they can just, like, come over to your garden, can't they, and chill out? And I said, no, unfortunately, they don't. No, but he had this vision of Thierry Henry, you know, or whoever, you know, sitting in here having a glass of wine or a cup of coffee. It was so funny. Yes, and looking at the flowers.
As summer progresses, the Urban Growth team should be enjoying the fruits of their hard work. Instead, they are picking up the pieces after another incident of vandalism.
They got all the most of the plants and emptied them all out on the floor. Mixed all the labels up, they did. What told us which plants they were and everything else.
Whenever we have an incident of vandalism, it upsets everybody. The varieties we have in our greenhouse, you can't probably get it in a garden centre. We produce all our transplants. It saves us quite a lot of money. It does hurt us, you know. And then after, the group becomes the group that they normally are, and we get together and just repair the damages, you know. It is a challenge. In a way, it's kind of helpful from the mental health aspect, in that they realize there are ups and downs in life, and you have to deal with it. From a point of view of entering competitions like Camden and Bloom and that kind of thing, which we won first prize in last year, we are quite confident that we will win it again. In fact, we expect to have a better site than we did last year.
In a garden protected by the green stretches of Richmond Park, a group of young people with learning difficulties, mostly autism, are enjoying the sunny weather.
A lot of the students, when they first came to the garden, didn't even want to touch soil. A lot of them didn't even want to bend down into the soil to work with the soil.
Look, these are peas. They're dried peas.
For them to come repeatedly to the same place, to have a routine that is repetitive. They'll be working with one carer that they will be sowing and harvesting something. So when a child is expecting that rhythm and that expectation is met, I think it allows a foundation for growth and experience.
And we'll finish off on those lettuces. Good.
Just to be out in the garden and hear the birds and feel the breeze and feel the sun when it shines is a real luxury for these students, because a lot of them spend most of the days inside, whether it's at school or at home.
The Phoenix School Farm project is based in White City. As well as working with young people and community groups, they are bringing the fruits of high summer back to the community with a pop-up fruit and veg stall in the estate.
White City's health is quite bad. The obesity rates are the highest in London, and dental hygiene is also the worst in London. There's not a lot of shops here to buy fresh fruit and vegetables. So we are hoping that by having the fruit and veg stall here, people are more likely to pick up fruit and vegetables.
If you're taught to eat fresh fruits and veg a lot, then you'll probably keep that same routine when you're older and much grown up.
I think the children like coming picking things, they practice their math skills and they're playing, and then also, yes, you know, for the children to see and understand that things come from the farm. Some of those children in the area have all been to the farm because they go with school to visit, so when we say it's the Phoenix farm, they get quite excited. It's nice.
I don't like all salad.
I know you like a salad. What's your favourite part? You like cucumber, don't you?
Yes, I like cucumber.
He didn't eat vegetables or salads. He was very fussy. The only thing he'd eat that was good for him would be fruit. He wouldn't eat water or anything. And we started attending the Saturday clubs with the cooking and eating and exercise thing, and now he eats vegetables and he's started eating salad as well now.
There's not that much going on in White City really, so it's right here on the doorstep. We get a really nice range of really good fruits and veg, and I in particular make a point of buying the fruits and veg that have been grown at Phoenix, because we work with kids at Phoenix and everything, and I think it's really, really fantastic that they've got the horticultural course up there, and it just makes such a big difference to being able to eat healthily on a regular basis.
While the Phoenix School Farm is bringing the veg to the people, in Camden, the people have been helping themselves.
We've had this year, more than any year before, lots of pilferage, so we didn't get a maximum yield. We were trying to grow a large pumpkin, but it has been pilfered on 2 occasions. It's much too late now to try to produce, although there are flowers.
For a project that is running on a shoestring, this sort of damage is hard to come back from. To make ends meet, Ian has been forced to diversify.
Right now, funding is very difficult. I have to earn money, either by selling produce or by taking on projects where I develop growing sites, manage it, and train the people, and then move on to others. That's my strategy. Can I interfere with this guy's plan?
Sandwiched between offices, this garden is on a rooftop in Holborn, central London.
See, this is what you do. In organic gardening, sometimes this is what is called a substrate. It's not a growing medium. We have altered it a bit, but it's just pebbles. What a substrate is, something that you would normally put at the bottom of a container to aid drainage. So when I saw this, I said, these people have got to be crazy. There's no way you could grow vegetables in that.
Against the odds, Ian and his team managed to create this innovative growing site.
So these are the salads, right? These are rockets. These are different types of lettuce.
The company that commissioned him are delighted.
We won Camden in Bloom for Best Community Garden, and we only really won it because of Ian. Ian.
It looks like Urban Grove can't help but pick up prizes.
Really do appreciate everything that you've done.
Thank you so very, very much.
You're more than welcome.
It's a pleasure working with you people.
As summer draws to a close, Surrey Docks Farm have raised the money for the building work they desperately need.
As you can see, the guys are laying new concrete, and it's just helping us enforce our health and safety side. So we can have a dirty zone and a clean zone and control it much easier so that the animals can come in and out and people can still interact with our animals and us.
There is a sense of optimism as they prepare for the annual Farms and Gardens Harvest Festival.
You know, we've got Capel Manor Show coming up in a few weeks' time, which we're going to go to. We're training our volunteers in animal handling. We're hoping to come away with a few medals. Watch out other farms.
Congratulations on getting here so early. Those of you that slept over, I hope you all had a good night's sleep. Not too cold this morning.
But we're having a really nice breakfast. We've got, okay, well done. Remember that.
I'm the resident blacksmith at Stepney City Farm, and Richard's Leeds Forge and at the same, and Keith is our curator and assistant.
How'd you do?
Capel Manor is a really good show. You know, the local city farms get together, chat together, meet everyone. It's a good thing going on.
Surrey Docks arrives in full force in the morning. They've plenty to smile about.
You know what, this year we've had some really bad years with funding and everything like that, with our grant being cut and everything like that. And this year we've actually got new staff, which is really rare, and it's just been fantastic because it's given that new release of the farm, and it makes you feel like you're doing a really good job.
It's now 10 o'clock, the show's now officially started. I'd just love to thank everyone for getting here so promptly, so early. It looks fantastic, the site already.
While the ponies take their first turn about the arena, Albie the ferret from Surrey Docks is awaiting the judges.
So cool. It's just a great day, it's fun for everyone, I like it. It's not really about the competition, I don't think. It's just about every city farm seeing what other city farms have got. It's fun.
Not that everyone would agree about the no competition bit.
It's quite a big deal, you know, you don't just arrive with a sheep and show them, you know, they've got to be clean and spruced and moosed and looking really good. You know, we're proud of our animals and we like to show them off.
Best oldest pony.
Everyone's a little bit competitive as well. It's kind of friendly but a little bit competitive.
Winning is good, but we barely ever. We won something. We won second in best chicken.
We won biggest pumpkin.
That's something.
We're quite proud of it because it is really big.
The young farmers also get to show off their animal husbandry skills with an award for Best Young Animal Handlers.
How would you handle him?
I would have his wings covered so that he can't fly away or go off. And if he was like biting, I might have a hand there so he doesn't bite anyone.
Stepney had to leave their large animals behind this year, which was disappointing for some of the young farmers.
I was like open to getting the young handle of the year with the sheep, but then found out we're not bringing them. It was a bit gutting, really. It's all right though, at least we've got animals down here. Ain't just got plants.
They might just have plants to show, but Phoenix School Farm is delighted with their first prize.
Very pleased with the result because we put a lot of hard work into it and it looks very pretty.
It's been a tough year for urban growth, but they have a display that anyone would be proud of.
I think we've done all right. You know, it might be a bit small, but it's the taste you got to go for. And I swear to God, as big as that bugger over there is, I bet it's sour. This is lush. It's organic, it's fresh, and it's from my 10 fingers.
And for all the projects, it's been a chance to show off what they're about.
Well, that's what's part of my recovery now, Mudlarks, you know what I mean? It's been 3 years since I've had a drink and yeah, it's very good and it's learnt me a lot of understanding towards people with like disabilities, mental health issues and everything, you know what I mean? It's opened opened a different world to me.
Every year, the farms and gardens have to prove their worth to ensure their survival. But they've shown time and again that they're up to the challenge.
London absolutely should be proud of its farms and so what it's doing with city farms. You know, it's connecting people who live in this massive metropolis to something that they don't actually see day to day.
The whole experience for city children and for adults, you know, it's just something you wouldn't get
you know, if the city farms weren't here. And that's why city farms are really, really important, you know, and people should, you know, just get out there and keep fighting for their local city farm because they bring so much.
Everything's just changed for me. Like, my attitude at home has changed.
It changed my life. It's for me, it's like a therapy. When I come here, I just like all the burden, all the problems, everything, left them there. When I come here, just like fresh.
You get to experience it, because some people don't.
There's lots of green spaces in London and they're great. They're green spaces, they're important, really important. City Farms Community Gardens are hubs in those green spaces or near those green spaces that are doing something. They're like, you can have a body, but if you haven't got any blood flowing through it, it's not really going to do a lot.
For everyone involved, managers, staff, volunteers and day trippers, it's that feeling of being part of something bigger, making their city greener, happier, more of a place for people, whoever they are, to live and flourish.